is everywhere.
No, I think that's
And we would love you to read along with us. Okay, Rusty?
The Holy Spirit can indeed make use of memory, for God himself is there. Yet this is not a memory of past events, but only of a present state. You are so accustomed to believe that memory holds only what is past, that it is hard for you to realize it is a skill that you can remember now. The limitations on remembering the world imposes on it are as vast as those you let the world impose on you. There is no link of memory to the past. If you would have it there, then there it is. But only your desire made the link, and only you have healed it to a part of time where guilt appears to linger still.
And the memory we would bring up now would be our real identity. So he's saying, you're holding memories of guilt. And if you will use memory according to the Holy Spirit, he'll go right through the guilt and remind you of the memory that you're innocent, which is always present in the now, in our present state. That's our present memory. Who we really are is always present. We are in the clouds of guilt. We're in these clouds of memories and clouds of perceptions that tell us, no, my real identity is not here, that's what's here. And so that's why he's saying there's a way to remember, which is really a decision for a miracle, is saying, I want to remember now, what's really going on now.
It's like the holy instant, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's in our minds. That's why he's calling it a memory. He's not saying like something's dropped in. He's saying you've got them obscured. Your own awareness of truth is in you right now. You're just so focused on these clouds of guilt and your memories that you don't know it's there. You need to sit still and let the Holy Spirit help you remember. Okay, Jen.
The Holy Spirit's use of memory is quite apart from time. He does not seek to use it as a means to keep the past, but rather as a way to let it go. Memory holds the message it receives and does what it is given it to do. It does not write the message nor appoint what it is for. Like to the body, it is purposeless within itself. And if it seems to serve to cherish an ancient hate and gives you pictures of injustices and hurts that you were saving, this is what you asked its message be, and that it is. Committed to its vaults, the history of all the body's past is hidden there. All of the strange associations made to keep the past alive, the present dead, are stored within it, waiting your command that they be brought to you and lived again. And thus do their effects appear to be increased by time, which took away their cause.
And isn't that true? We relive. We relive these moments and relive them. And why did we pick that moment? He's saying because you wanted this message of guilt. And you wanted this cherished ancient hate to live on because we're in this ego mind that says, as long as they're guilty, I'm innocent. So that's what we're doing. We're using memory to conjure up these experiences. And this is important to understand because many people think that their memories of the past are what really happened.
Mm-hmm.
And often it's only their perspective. It isn't even what really happened. And that they can't help the fact that they keep coming up. And he's saying right here, no, you have decided this is what you want to remember. You could have easily remembered some nice event that showed how someone loved you or took care of you or did something kind for you rather than this victim perspective, right? It just seems like some of this stuff is automatic, but he's saying all of this is our choice. And the Holy Spirit can help us make a new choice if we're being haunted by ancient hates. Let's be haunted by ancient loves. We're going to be haunted. Okay, Judy.
Yet time is but another phase of what does nothing. It works hand in hand with all the other attributes with which you seek to keep concealed the truth about yourself. Time neither takes away nor can restore, and yet you make strange use of it, as if the past had caused the present, which is but a consequence in which no change can be made possible, because its cause has gone. Yet change must have a cause that will endure, or else it will not last. No change can be made in the present if its cause is past. Only the past is held in memory as you make use of it, and so it is a way to hold the past against the now.
And isn't that true? You know, when you think about, people are saying, you know, what's happened now is because of what something, when I was a
Right.
child, or my marriage,
Oh, yeah.
and then you're stuck. It's the other thing of, if it's something outside of you,
Yeah.
you're stuck with it. It says no change can be made in the present if its cause is past.
Right.
The cause is not past, it's some thought we're having right now that's causing whatever. We might have thought that same thought in the past, but it's because we're still thinking it
Mhm.
that we're causing it again. It's not a cause set up.
Did you say something yesterday that we use time as a guilt thing to torture ourselves?
To prove guilt is true, and then to punish ourselves for the guilt. And that's what he said right here, up in the front. He said, it works, time is just one of the ways in which we are convincing ourselves we are not the Son of God, because that's the purpose of the ego. So everything's used to serve that purpose until you change the purpose for it. So everything the ego has made has a purpose to convince us that we are not eternal spiritual beings with power to make choices about how our life works, but instead at the effect, vulnerable, able to die. So everything, so it works, time works hand in hand with all the other attributes with which you seek to keep concealed the truth about yourself. So we have a part of our mind that's dedicated, and that's why you have to know that about your own mind so that you can give yourself a break. Part of your mind is dedicated to proving to yourself this course is not true about who you are, and it's
Oh, yeah.
working,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it works, doesn't it?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like automatic pilot, even though you can have all this dedication and read this and try to do, and here we go, here it comes again. I'm convincing myself this is not true, and it's, if you know, well, in fact, Jesus says at a certain point, you need to separate yourself from your ego image of yourself. You are not that ego image, but that ego image is dedicated to preserving its existence. You are beyond this. You can make choices and look at it. You can become the watcher of what your image believes and is doing. And it's, at some point you get a sense of that after doing these mind training, that there really is there's the you and then there's the you.
Mhm.
They're both there.
I wonder if this might be a good time to define again how the Course uses ego as opposed to how psychology has used ego.
Yeah, so the Course is saying an ego is a false image of our identity and based on a body identity. So it would be anyone defining themselves based on their body and their life. That's their ego image. And it has a purpose in consciousness. It's the fallen state of the Son of God, rather than just a psychological term for the part of us that's trying to, build up a certain self-esteem. The ego, that's a different, that's an aspect of the whole ego mind. But that's not, the ego is bigger for the Course, because it's our whole identity until we remember who we really are as God created us. It's our identity as we know ourselves to be. Not just, yeah? Does that make sense?
No, good.
Kind of. It's kind of complicated. You kind of have to read a bit about the ego to know what it is.